Hey guys, how's someone? I'm back at it once again with a brand new video for you, and welcome to round 4 of our MotoGP 2013 season review as we headed to Le Mans in a rain-affected classic race. From the get-go, this race was crazy. I mean, from the start, Marquez, who qualified on pole, sank like a stone through the field as Dovizioso took the whole shot. And eventually, after the first few laps, it settled down into a group of about 7. You had Lorenzo, Pedrosa, Dovizioso, Dovizioso was leading at the time. You had Dovi, Pedrosa, both Yamahas in Lorenzo and Rossi. You had Crutchlow, Hayden, who had one of his best performances since coming back to the sport with Ducati. And even Stefan Bradl was in there too. That whole field was coming together like crazy, and there were so many terrific passings. And you know, for the first 15 or so laps, somehow everybody managed to keep it upright until, in the space of like a lap, Randy Depunier dropped off the bike. Bradl had a slide but managed to recover, and so did Valentino Rossi, which shocked everybody as Rossi was in a dogfight with Nicky Hayden, rolling back the years to 2006, so to speak. But he high-sided the bike. Hayden almost went off with him, but managed to recover. We almost had a repeat of Jerez from last season, where Rossi tried to pass Stoner and lost it and took Stoner out with him. We almost had a repeat of that, which would have been pretty crazy. But in the end, it was Dani Pedrosa who broke out from the pack, broke Dovi with about 8 laps to go, and coasted away to a comfortable race win, well, as much as comfortable as a wet race can get, really. With a superb result. I think it's looking more like Dani Pedrosa might be the most complete rider in the world today. Dry races, wet races, Pedrosa is always up there, and he was superb in this race. But I think the true hero of this race today had to be Cal Crutchlow. In qualifying, he fractured his leg, had a huge bout of internal bleeding last night, but was declared fit to race. And despite all that, he came through in second place. A tremendous result from the young Brit, and you know, a career high finish for Cal, and under incredible circumstances in the rain and with a broken leg. He was absolutely terrific, and that was the kind of performance which makes you, want to think, like, is this guy, having the possibility of being a factory level rider next year? It was that kind of performance which certainly got people talking. Like, imagine he was on the Tech 3, the satellite Yamaha, and he beat both works Yamahas in the process. That says a lot right there. And rounding off the podium, Marc Marquez, who didn't have the best of starts. Like I said, he was about 8th coming out of the first lap after starting on pole, but slowly was one of the fastest guys on the track throughout the race. Recovered to finish 3rd after beating Dovi with about 2 laps to go, passing him with an insane move into the first chicane. So Marquez, despite a bad start, recovered into 3rd, and arguably his best performance today, being able to recover like that. It's great. A great result for him to limit the damage to the championship, as Pedrosa now takes the championship lead. Running down the rest of the grid quickly, Dovizioso, a great ride from him in 4th, led for a number of laps, just didn't quite have the pace to hold it over all 28 laps in the end. Nicky Hayden in 5th, another great result for Nicky. I think it might be his highest finish since he's been on the Ducati bike. Alvaro Bautista with a great ride into finishing 6th. Well, for the Grassini team, not to mention beating Jorge Lorenzo, who came in 7th. Lorenzo, it just wasn't his day. I don't know if the bike had setup issues, whether he had a technical problem, or whether Lorenzo it just didn't work for him out in the wet. So, yeah, overall, not a great day for Jorge Lorenzo. Michel Pirro for the Pramac team, replacing Ben Spies with another solid ride in 8th place. Bradley Smith with a great ride in 9th for the Tech 3 team, beating Stefan Bradl, who had the drop but came back to finish 10th. Andrea Iannone in 11th. Rossi, who dropped off but recovered back to finish in 12th. We have Espargaro in 13th. Daniel Petrucci in 14th. And Carol Abraham getting the final point in 15th place. So let me know what you thought of the MotoGP race in Le Mans. It was, I think, a classic, the best race of the season so far. So much drama, some world-class riding for multiple riders, and just overall, just tremendous stuff all round. But let me know what you thought of the race, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you guys next time. Thank you very much for watching. Sayonara.